Hey guys, my name is Ismail. Welcome to another Blender tutorial. So this is my second live stream today, and this time we're going to be creating this kitchen scene in Blender. Yeah, so let's go down to it. So I have some images here on house.com, and this is the scene we're going to attempt to make. Let's see, that is one of the images. This is the other images. So let's go and try doing that. Let me first share this stream. Okay, so let's first get this image. So I'll just... So this website doesn't let you to save the image, so because I'm a web developer, I will just try and find it from the code here. I think it's either... yeah, it's this one here, so... I'll drop that into the scene. And I can increase the opacity of this background. Let me turn off screencast. Screen keys, sorry. Screencast keys. Start. I think I can add an extra image here. And maybe I can split this as well to another image, add another image there. Let me find those images. So okay, where is this? So this. I think it's this one again. Let's see. We have that already. And let's see this. Let's get this as well. Okay. Okay. So let me just add them. Where are they? Where are my images? Show in folder. So we have this. We can drop it there. We have which one? There were 3 images and this here. Yeah, so I think we can start with what? Let's first try to get the camera aligned to our scene. Let me just clear this. So let's also get the aspect ratio right. So I think let's go to the image properties. So this is details, 1500 by 1000, so 1500 by 1000. And let's add a plane. Yeah, and extrude in the Z. Maybe push this to the back around there, and we get the camera. So we don't really have to match it to we don't really have to align it perfectly. We just have to get some good reference perspective to work with. So I think that's good enough. Let's split this view and maybe turn off the background image here, and now we can turn off, we can delete those faces there, flip the normals, Control A inside like so, and let's add a loop for the window here. I think it's around there and there and around there. There we can delete that face, and maybe we can turn on ambient occlusion as well, so that we can see what we are doing better. So shading display is ambient occlusion, and let's add these windows as well. So they will help us figure out where different elements are supposed to be. So let's add this loop here for that. So let's begin by working on these kitchen cabinets. So what we can do is let's add another background image. Background, a shot of this, add another background image. Now this time let's see, it's not that one. Let's try this, but we can push it around here so that we can work from here. And let's work on this here. So let's add a plane, rotate it 9 degrees. They extrude there, push that there, push that edge as well there, and we can insert this to around there, and maybe insert it again for that. Now we can select this loop by closing, extrude. We can add the bevel modifier. So bevel, let's make sure we have applied the scale and rotation. 2 segments, add another loop here, push that, so, and we can add smooth shading. We have that, and we can Shift D, duplicate this, and select these vertices, push them. Am I doing it right? Yeah, push them around there. Select these. So let's see. So we have something like that. Then we can select these outer loops, then extrude them inside like that. So we have that. Now we just need to create this outer frame for everything. Let's see how is that made. So let's first duplicate these two. Shift D. I'll push them to the side like this. Select these outer vertices and push them like so. And let's see. Now we can select maybe this edge, outer edge here. This. Shift D to duplicate it. Then select it and extrude it to around there. Then extrude it in the Z axis to around there. Maybe. So we only need to leave a small gap there. Then we can add a loop there. Shift B to bevel it around there. And then maybe another loop there. And another loop around there. And now we can select these, extrude them in the X direction like that to, I think, around here. Then select that mesh, Shift D to duplicate it, and then Control M to mirror it in the X direction, and push it, let's see, around there. Select this outer loop, push it around there. Then let's select these edges and these and bridge them. W bridge edge loops. Okay, so they have not bridged very well, so let's first recalculate the normals for these two meshes. Control N to the inside, select this, connect it to that, this to this, this to this, like that. Let's also make sure that these are all on the same level, so scale them in the Z direction by 1. Now we can just select these loops, bring them to around there, select this loop, also bring it around there, select this, connect it to that, select this, connect it to that. Let's save this as a kitchen scene. Kitchen scene. Okay, and we can, let's see, select this face and this, push them down a bit like that to reduce the gap between there, and we have that. You see? Yeah, we have that. So we just need to select these loops like so, Just select this entire thing, then extrude it like that. Flip normals, so we have that kitchen cabinet like that. If you want, you can add a subdivision surface to make it even look more smooth, and make sure we have smoothing turned on like that. Now let's see. So this is here, so we just need to duplicate everything here. Shift D, bring it around here. Are they the same? So okay, this side here, I think is this wall, because you can see this window. Are they? Because I'm looking at these kitchen cabinets and they don't look the same. Okay, yeah, they are the same. So you just need to, let's see, first turn off this, and we just need only this section here, so we can delete this. Select this edge loop, deselect that, and deselect this, and then bridge. So now we can select this, drag it there, like around there. So we have, I think, two doors here and one long drawer. So Control L, Shift H to hide everything else, and can get this. So this will be our first door. Control L, Shift D to duplicate it to make the second copy. Let's first turn off bevel as well, and so this should come around there, and this should be around there. So maybe we just, because this already matches the door size, so we can just duplicate it, push it around there. Alt H to unhide everything, and we can select this part and push it like so. Now if we turn on these, we have our kitchen cabinets, and let's go for this part here. So this is just one drawer and one door, one small kitchen cabinet and a small one and a larger one with a door, and then we have these here. So for those, let's again, we just need to duplicate this entire thing. We can turn off bevel and subsurf for now. Delete this and Shift D, duplicate this so that we can use it here. So they are about 4. So let's see if we can get 4 from this. Shift D. can only get 3, which is okay, I think. Maybe let's reduce the size of this. Then duplicate them like so. Shift R, and let's just select these, Control L, scale them in the Y direction. So we have something like that, and when we turn this back on, we have our kitchen cabinet like that. So this is supposed to go to be rotated 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees, and put this side. So we just need to scale it down a bit. So let's first remove this. Go to the top. Let's first turn on flat shading. For now, we have that, and now we can duplicate this, Shift D, or we can just use Alt D to make an instance. Alt D, rotate 90 degrees, so that when we make edits to this, they can be updated to this. Maybe actually this needs to be a separate object, not an instance. So Shift D, rotate 90 degrees, and it can be placed around there. So we have that, and now we can create this kitchen top, this here. I remember we also have a space for appliances like here, so we can come here and add a plane like so. It needs to go over just a little bit, but not too much. So and now we can extrude. You know what? Instead of using extrude, instead of just extruding, we can come in and add a solidify modifier. Make sure you apply the rotation and scale, and increase the thickness so that we can just control it like that. And let's add a bevel, and reduce the width around there, and add 2 segments for the resolution. So we can come in. So after this, we can just delete this area, this section here, Control L, and it will be space for our cooker. Make sure you select only these here, then Control L, delete faces. So this will be space for our cooker, and we can also cut it for this part. Cut this part here to add space for our cooker as well. Since we have already made a cooker before, and a fridge and most appliances, we can just import them. So I will open up another Blender instance and find myself a cooker, a gas cooker. So we had the big steel, how was it called? Big chill stove. Let's select this. So we have this, so we can just select that, copy and paste. So to make this easy, we can just move it to a different layer so that when we want to hide it, we just hide that layer. So scale that to fit our scene. And we can push this cabinet top and this like this to close that gap. And if we want, we can connect that area like that. So we now need to make this sink. So we just need to cut out a space for that, but we already have that made. So that's why it's very good to have a library of models for you to just pull out things from, instead of modeling everything from scratch. So we can find that. So I'll just open, I think it's called a sink, kitchen sink. So we can just copy that, paste in here, scale it to fit our side, rotate it 90 degrees. I think it should be around that size. Maybe scale it a bit more like that. I don't know, that seems a bit too big, so let's reduce it. And if you want, we can just come in and make a few edits here. So maybe select this section. Just a few edits to make it fit our scene, and we can add a loop there. Add a loop there. Push these around there, and add another loop like that. Now we can, let's first turn off this. Can select those and Shift B to add a bevel to them, because we need that rounded corners, those rounded corners, like so. Now we can delete this face, and we have that. And we have that. So let's look at the scene we're trying to make here. So we have the kitchen cabinet done, and maybe we just need to make these tops. So yeah, let's go for that. So let's add a plane here, rotate it 90 degrees. Then we can start moving these vertices around to get the shape we want. So we can select this face, insert it to around there. I think we can insert it again like that, and then add a loop here, and then push that inside like that, Control N. We can then add a bevel, reduce the width, and I use 2 segments like that. And we can select the outer loop, extrude it, and fill it into a face like that. So that will be our first door. We can duplicate this, Shift D to make the second door. And for the top part, I think we can just select this, Shift D to duplicate it, to move it up, and move it up, and select these faces. So something like that. And this face here, we can insert it like that, then extrude it in like that, maybe all the way. Like, just delete this face, and you can also delete this face. Select these 2 loops, hit W, and then bridge them like that. And let's see, make sure that they are straight lines like that. And then we can add a loop there, Shift D to duplicate that, and we can make that our glass window. I think this is a good time to add some materials now. We can create this white paint, and we can get another material, call this glass, and in the settings viewport, we can give it a color like that, and then assign it to this material. So we have something like that. You can duplicate this for this other window like that. And now we just need to select this edge loop, Shift D, extrude to make this frame of the cabinet. Extrude, scale, straighten this edge. Straighten this edge as well. Select this edge loop. Maybe let's scale it a bit. Let's turn off this bevel for now. Now select these, extrude, make sure that they make a straight line here, and we can Shift D, duplicate them, and mirror it in the, let's see, X, Control M, X, Y, yeah, in the Y direction, and to have that. Now we can bridge these and delete those extra edge loops we don't need. So maybe even this middle one, we don't need that, so we can just and we can extrude this like that, Control N to recalculate normals, and then we have that like so. I think this has a lot of width, so we can select that, reduce that like that. Okay, so we need to make the same for this, so we just Shift D, we can use Alt D this time. I know actually we need to use Shift D, rotate 90 degrees, and let's have it there. Okay, this one seems to be wider than this, so we can make it wide, something like this, and now we can scale them down and place them into our scene. So they should be around there. So this should be at the line of the window. Around there. I think this has to be around there. Because the window is here, and we need to align it so that it doesn't cover the window. So maybe we can just move the window. Also make the window a bit larger around there. And let's add the boxes for those cabinets. So just need to add a cube, move the vertices like so, maybe add a loop here, select this, extrude, and then move this around there, select everything, push it up like that, select this bottom part and push it around there, and yeah, then let's see, we need to select this so that the doors can look like those. And we can select these faces, front facing faces, and delete them like that. And we have that. Also, we need to add a bevel for this, but make sure we apply the rotation and scale, reduce the width a bit, and add 2 segments. Okay. So let's see. I think we can, if we select this, should we do that? We need to create a profile for this. I don't know how it's called, but this thing between the ceiling and the wall there. So for that, I think we will use a curve object. I change this from hit V to change the handle types to vector, and we can extrude this so that it goes around the ceiling. It follows the profile of the ceiling, and I think it goes like that. So something like that. Now let's trace out, let's create this profile here. So we can add a curve, rotate X, then convert it into a vector handle type. Then let's create that profile. I think it comes like that, and this then around like that. Alt C to close off that. Maybe this here should be carved, something like that. Let's divide this 2 times. I can change this to aligned. Let's hide the normals so that we see better what we're doing. So this is supposed to be rounded off. So I'm trying to create this thing here. I'm not sure how it's called, but so it doesn't have to be perfect because it will be barely visible like you see here. So now we can come to this into the curve settings and select this as the bevel object, and you see it's already aligned. So if we scale this, we can scale down that profile, and we just need to push this around there. You see it fits perfectly. So if we want to extend this, we just need to push the profile like that and like that. So let's look at the images to see what we have done so far. So we have made these cabinets, and we have made these as well, and so we can work on this here. Okay, so let's go to the front view. And let's just go to this view here. I think this was a different image, so we can switch to a different image. Not that. Let's try this. Yeah, I think this. And for this, let's begin by adding a plane. Rotate it to face us. Select these vertices, scale them down, push them around there, and push these that side, and push these this side. So we have something like that. And let's see. We can okay, so let's go to front view. So you see it's slanting, so we can select these bottom vertices, push them forward a bit, and then extrude in the X direction, in the Y direction. And again, select these, delete this bottom face and this back face as well. That edge, select that edge loop, then extrude down like that. So let's flip the normals. We have a curve here, so we can add a loop like that. Maybe let's push this. Let's select this loop, and maybe push that. Add a loop there. Let's select this. Add. Push it up like that. Select this middle loop, then Control B to bevel it, then add. Let's first push this even further up, then Control B to add the bevels, and then we can add in more rings like that. Now we can come in and fix this here. If you want, you can just merge these into different edges, into one edge, but I think it's okay if we just leave it as it is. And to make this easier, we can just select this side, delete that, and use the mirror modifier. Mirror. Just push this, turn on clipping. And we can select this face, insert, and then insert again to have that. And we can select now this edge loop, insert it again as well, then push it out like that, and maybe add another loop here, and push it out as well like that. We can add a bevel modifier again here, make sure we apply the rotation and scale. And let's see. So we have this thing here going on here, but we'll come to that later. Let's first work on these easier parts. So we can, how does it, okay, we can extrude, insert this, delete this face, select, should we delete that? No, let's go to front. Let's first insert it like that, and then insert again, and we can select this loop, and then insert again to around there, and pull them out like that, and add a loop here, then push that out as well to make it more smooth like that. And let's see, okay, we need to add this as well, so we can select these faces. We can, for now, let's first apply the mirror modifier, then select these faces, like that, then insert to around there, insert again to around there, select this loop, insert it to around there, and then let's push that out as well, like that, and then add a loop there and push that out around there as well, and we have that. Now for this part here, for the top, oh, before that, maybe we can, should we do that this first, or let's first go for this. So for this here, that's very easy. We can, what should we do first? We just need to first move this to its position. So let's bring this to its final position. Let's so around there. It should be between the windows like that. And this is part of the ceiling, this thing here. So we can just select this profile. So it's here. Subdivide it 2 cards, 3, 4, like that. Pull these 2 around like that. Bring these and this here. So let's see. Yeah, like that. And we have that. So let's add this here. So for that, we need to add our mirror modifier again. So we delete this part, delete faces, then add the mirror modifier, and let's apply the scale and rotation, and then add a solidify modifier. Should we use a solid modifier? Yes, let's add a solidify modifier. So solidify, increase the thickness, even thickness, so something like that. So we have that, we clamped and then we need to apply this solidify modifier. What did we apply? Apply. So we have that, but we need to fix some of these issues here. So we can select this edge loop, delete. Let's first turn off bevel. Get this edge loop, delete that as well. You know what? Let's first undo this. Instead of using the solidify modifier, because it's creating a lot of issues, we can just select this edge loop and just here, from here to here, then extrude that, then add a loop here, select this, then extrude that in the X direction like that, and then select this and connect it to that, control last, then that. So if we want to make this here, we just need to select this vertex, Shift D to duplicate it, maybe scale it down a bit like so, and we can extrude this. Let's make sure that there is a straight line in the X, in the Y direction. So extrude this, then extrude this and here, and then here, and here, and then around here, and something like that. So you can select this, Shift B and bevel it like that. Select this, Control B, bevel it like that as well. So we end up with something like that. Then we can select these loops, Control B, turn them into a face, then fill them like that. If we want, you can come in again, insert this like this, insert this, but we need to fix a few issues here. So we can just come in, merge that with that, and merge this with this, merge this with this, merge this with this, insert again. I don't think we need to insert again, so we just need to add a loop. Let's see. If we add a loop here, we need to add a loop here. and I think we can select this loop, this here, and extrude that out. Then we just need to select. Okay, there is something going on here that I don't want, so let's see. Just need to select this loop, push it around here. Join this to that. I think that's good enough. So, and we just maybe need to make it bigger. So scale that. Push it onto the wall like that, and we have that. Okay, so let's look at how these windows are made. So the frame for the window shouldn't be that complicated. Let's first look at the images, the reference images. So we have made these, we have made these, we have made these, we have added this. Maybe we can add. Let's first go for the windows here. So for the windows, let's see, what should we do for the windows? Let's start with the frame of the window. So it can be that wide and around there. Let's add a loop, bevel it, extrude like that. So I think the frame can be something like that, and maybe add another loop, bevel that like that, add another loop, bevel it, something like that. Now we can select these inside parts. Just select it. Let's select everything and then delete only faces, and we can select these vertices, inside vertices, sorry, edges, and delete them as well. And now we can bring this around here, rotate it negative 44 degrees like that. And then extrude that in the Z direction, then straighten it up in the Z direction, extrude this in the X direction, make it straight in the X direction like that. So we have that, and we need to, let's first apply the rotation and scale, and then add a bevel modifier, give it 2 segments. Maybe we can make these protrude out a bit more. So we just need to select these 2, push them up, and then select these 2, push them in the X direction, so that this line here remains a straight line like that. That will be our window frame. Now we can just scale it around like that. Shift D to duplicate it, and then Control M Z to mirror it in the Z direction. Then we can select these, scale them in the Z direction, and then W remove doubles, and we can now remove that loop as well. Control N to flip the normals. Now Shift D duplicate. No, Shift D duplicate. Control M X to flip them, to flip that in the X direction. Then select these loops and this here, scale them in the X direction, 0 by 0, and remove doubles. Now we can also remove this edge loop and that edge loop. Control N to recalculate the normals, and now we have our frame. Now let's look at the window we are trying to make. Let's go to this image, to a different image, and see. So this is the frame this is the window we are making. We can, I think we can Shift D, duplicate this, scale it down to around there, and bring this around here. So this will be our bottom window. So move these vertices around there, and if you want, you can select, maybe add a loop in the middle there, Shift D to duplicate it, and then F to fill it into a door. So this will be a glass, and we can give it, so we have white paint, and we also have the glass paint like that. This should also be white paint like that. Now we can select this, Control L, and this Shift D, select these vertices, push them down. Then this would be the outside frame. I think it goes just a bit outside like that, and then we can select this loop here, Shift D, make sure these are straightened, scale Z, scale Z, and they need to be smaller frames, so we can put them like that. Then Shift D, rotate 90 degrees like that, and we have our window. So we can then join them into one mesh like that. Then Alt D to duplicate this to this window. Then Shift D, rotate 90 degrees, bring this here. Then Alt D, duplicate. Okay, I see. So we just need to delete or push that inside like that. Maybe mirror this in the X direction like this. And we have that so far. Now we can select this here, extrude them down, and select this as well, extrude it down like that. I think we can also give this the white paint and this white paint. What else do we need to do here? So now let's work on the island that we see here. So that should also be simple. Let's first look at the reference images. So it's just kitchen cabinets that yeah, in the center. So we just need to get maybe this. Shift D to duplicate it, rotate it 90 degrees. So this would be, let's change to a different image here. Yeah, so we don't need this side here, so we can delete those ones there. So I think it's around just that. By the way, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat. That's why I'm doing these live streams, so that if you have anything you don't understand, you can ask me and I'll be able to answer you directly. So Shift D, mirror this in the Y direction. And I think we can get this as well. Shift D, rotate 90 degrees. But we only need one section, so we can go with this. Control L, delete, select this. Now we need to push this out a bit like that. Or actually what we need to do is use the mirror modifier, so we can select that, delete that, C, Control N. We need to select these, push them around there. Select that, and we can add the mirror modifier. So let's first origin to 3D cursor and add a mirror modifier for the X and Y direction like that, and then we can move these closer like that. Think the island is a bit big, so we can I don't know, let me see, reduce its size by bringing these closer. So let's add a cube here for this part here. Push these edges down like that. Add a loop there, around there, and another one around here. Let's select these ones, scale them down, extrude down, and maybe get these, scale them, then extrude up like that. So we have this, and we can, let's see, insert these. Now let's just select these, and this, and these, and these, and that's it, I think. No, and this and this, and change to in-video point, the pivot point to in-video points, and let's insert. Right now we are inserting the entire selection, so what we need to do, make sure this side is also selected. Go to extrude in-video points, click that, don't do anything, and then scale down. So we have something like that. Then insert, and if you hold down Alt and then S, you can scale them outside along their normals. Then insert again, then Alt S, just a bit, and then insert again, Alt S, but this time pushing them inside like that, and then insert, and then Alt S, pushing inside like that. So we have something that looks like this. So we can select this edge here. Let's first isolate this, then Ctrl B to bevel, then insert, then scale like that. Let's flip the normals, Ctrl N, and add a bevel. Make sure you apply the scale. Add smooth shading. So we can join this to this. So we have that. Let's remove the subsurf. Turn flat shading for this. Okay, so let's turn off mirror for a second and see what's going on here. Why? We also need, let's delete this part here, then push these vertices around there. So that's too large, so we need to select this part, delete that as well, bring this back like that. And push it out like this. Select this. And then let's add the kitchen top. So maybe let's give this a material as well. So new kitchen top, and give it a view. Let's use a different color, maybe this. Let's add a plane. We can use the solidify modifier and then add a bevel. Apply the scale and rotation. Give it a good thickness. So around there. Use 2 segments, and let's reduce. What should we reduce? The width to around there. And give it the same material. It's called kitchen top. So I think this is still too big for me, so I think we can come to this side. Let me first isolate these, reduce the size of these. And I think we can add a kitchen sink on that as well. So we can do a Shift D, Alt D for this. Rotate 90 degrees. Rotate Z 180 degrees. So that is facing outside. But let's reduce the size of this to be smaller, and maybe scale this, push this around there. Same for this. And then add a loop there, add a loop, there, and there. And we can delete that face. The kitchen cabinets can also be given a different, the center kitchen cabinets can also be given a different color. So this can be gray paint. Let's just sample this color here directly. Let's expand this room a bit. And add this section here. So this would, let's add, maybe it starts here, and so something like this, then extrude so it's something like that. Maybe that is too big, so can select this loop and these vertices, make it aligned to the edge of the center island, and so this would be the place for our fridge or freezer, but we need to push this a bit back like that. So we already have a fridge I made. You can watch my other tutorials on how to make that. So let's import that. So let's go open fridge, double door fridge, and is this here. And so let's select this, Control G, Control C, copy, and Control V, no, Control C, Control V, okay, rotate 90 degree. Okay, make sure we have median point as our pivot point, and then rotate 90 degrees. Then we can push this there, but it's too large, so we can scale it down to around. So it's also a large fridge, so I think that is a good size, and maybe bring it around here and push these around there like that. So for this frame here, we just need to expand our ceiling frame. So we just extrude this, extrude around like that, and then like that. Okay, and we have our fridge. We have, so for the most part we are done. I'm not sure what else we can add here. Maybe we can add a blender somewhere here. We already have that, so let me find that. And if you want to download any of the models that I'm adding in here, I'll be leaving a link to my CG Trader account where you can download them. And if you want, okay, what's going on here? I think I will use Alt D to duplicate these instead of Shift D. So I'll make these, I'll make it as a single user data, then scale it. So let's see, what else should we add? Let me see in my library, what do I have? Chairs. Oh, yeah, we need to make these chairs, but I'm a bit tired right now for anything else. So let's give these a white paint. And white paint. White paint. Yeah, so for some reason when I try to render a scene when I'm live streaming, OBS crashes and my live stream also crashes. So that's if I hit F12 to render, but let me just give this a preview render here just to see how things look. And let's see if we add an environment texture. Texture. I'm not sure which one to use. Maybe this. Change the color management to filmic. So most of the models that I've imported already have materials, so we only have to deal with the models that we created, which makes our job easier. And I'll give this a render after I add the materials, and I'll post that maybe in the time-lapse video, because I'll compress this live stream, because I think it's about 2 hours now. So I'll compress it into a 15 to 20 minutes time-lapse video showing you the steps, but maybe at a quicker pace. Can't speak. At a quicker pace than this. And before that video, I'll be showing you the rendered images. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Yeah, see you in the next video.